Third to the last lesson. Solutions to quadratic equations. So get some paper up. Solutions to quadratic equations. All right. What in the world does a solution mean in algebra? Look at this word solution. Let's first define what a solution is in algebra, and then you'll understand what I'm trying to teach you. You'll never understand what I'm trying to teach you unless you know what a solution means. Here's what a solution means. Veteran students will recognize this. Go and write this down. Underline on your notes. A number or numbers that satisfy an equation if the variable is substituted with the number. A number or numbers that satisfy an equation if the variable is substituted with the number. All right. So what do I mean by this? A number or numbers that satisfy an equation if the variable is substituted with the number? Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you an example from your Mocoso days when you were a little junior higher or even before. Remember your Mocoso days? The teacher would give you an equation. Put an example here. The teacher would give you an equation like this, like x plus 2 equals 8. Okay, so the solution here is x equals 6. Why is it the solution? Well, look at what you just wrote down. It satisfies, okay, a number or numbers that satisfy an equation if the variable is substituted with it. Satisfy, the word satisfy I typically use when if I'm eating like Reina's. If I go to In-N-Out, I'm not satisfied if I just have a double-double. I need to have some fries with it, and then maybe a soda or something. Then I'm satisfied. So I'm using the word satisfy in math now. I'm saying a number that satisfies an equation. Well, does 6 satisfy this equation? Does 6 satisfy it? It does, because if I replace 6 with x, look at in the original equation, look what I get. 6 plus 2 equals 8, and 8 equals 8. It satisfies. If you have, after you substitute the number into the variable and you get an equation that's equal, the left and right side are equal, that means it satisfies. So it results in a true statement. Will any other number satisfy this equation besides 6? If you can find some other number in the universe that satisfies this besides 6, I'll give you a credit slip today. It's all quiet now.
-8.
All right, let's see. Let's see if -8. Gallegos is done with my class today with an A plus if -8 satisfies. Let's see if -8 satisfies. -8 plus 2, is that equal to 8? This becomes -6, so it doesn't satisfy. -6 is not equal to positive 8.
-10.
That'll be -10 will be -8. -8 is not equal to positive 8. So there's only one solution. 6. That's it. As far as I know. If you can find one, let me know, and you'll be world famous, and I'll give you a credit slip. But there's only one solution. Now, this equation from your Mocoso days, there's a name for this kind of equation. What power is x raised to? Right here. 1. So these equations where x is raised to the first power, they're called linear. Put that on your notes. Linear equations. You probably heard that before and probably didn't understand what the heck that meant. Linear equations. This word linear, what word is in the word linear?
Line.
Line. That means if we graph these puppies, if we graph these equations where x is raised to the first power, if we graph them on graph paper, they become lines. But look at the title of your notes. What kind of equations we're going to talk about? Quadratic. Not linear anymore. You guys are math 2. No more baby stuff. No more linear equations. That's babies. Watch this. What's a quadratic equation? Watch this. Here's a quadratic equation. X squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. Look at that. Why is it quadratic? Well, look at the power of x is not 1 anymore. It's 2, so we call this a quadratic equation. Put this on your notes, please. That's a quadratic equation. Whenever x is to the if it's a second degree polynomial, notice I'm using the word degree. That was from last week. Yeah, last week. A degree of 2, that's a quadratic equation. If it's a degree 1, linear. Right now, your final on Friday is going to have some quadratic equations on it. And I'm going to ask you, hey, what numbers will satisfy this equation? What numbers satisfy this equation? We know that 6 satisfies this equation. What numbers will satisfy this? So Reina's already given me some responses. Reina, you said -5? But what, apart from -5, what you're trying to do in my mind, correct me if I'm wrong, you're trying to play around with some numbers for x that'll make it true, right? Good. I like that. But what I want to teach you is instead of trying to guess numbers that satisfy this, there's a method. There's a method of how to do it. Okay? In other words, you actually already know how to do it, you're just not aware of it. Okay, let me show you how. No, we need to solve for x. Sorry, guys. Now, if someone gives me a number that satisfies this equation right now, before we leave, I'll give you 3 stamps. -1. Let's see if -1 satisfies. Watch this. I'm going to take, wherever I see x, I'm going to replace with -1 and see if Cortez gets 3 stamps. So here we go. -1 squared plus 3 times -1 plus 2 is equal to 0. I love how the last 3 days people are on their phones still after I'm lecturing. I've been saying it all summer. People are still on it. It's amazing. Look at this. Order of operations. -1 times -1 is +1. Plus a -3 plus a 2 is equal to 0. Is Cortez right? 1 plus a -3 is a -2. -2 plus 2. Cortez gets 3 stamps. How'd you get -1, Cortez? How'd you guess this? Did you just guess?
Yeah, I just guess. I need to know.
So -1's a solution. Go ahead, someone else. Is there another number? -2. So far Cortez gets it. Let's try -2 and then I'll let you guys go. Let's see. -2 squared plus 3 times -2 plus 2, is that equal to 0? Let's see. This becomes -2 times -2 is +4. This is a -6 plus 2 equals 0. 4 plus -6 is a -2 plus 2 equals 0. So 0 equals 0. Reyes gets 3 stamps. So far the solutions were x equals -2 and -1 so far. Tomorrow I'm going to show you how to get these solutions without guessing. See you tomorrow. Yeah, let me stamp you.